August 3rd, 2013, Colorado Rockies. Theron, Stacy, Attila, and I are heading out to Oh Be Joyful Pass for our acclimation hike. That's a hike that we're going to use just to get out there and get used to things. Turned out it was a good thing. We meet up with Leslie and Mike in Gunnison and then head out to Oh Be Joyful Pass via Mike's van. Lots of animals along the way. We saw bear, deer, and even the ever-present cattle. It was a rough ride. I, for one, was glad we had Mike's van. 5,000-pound winch in the front. Good thing, too. There's plenty of water in the Rocky Mountains, especially in Oh Be Joyful Pass. We started out at a little campground, and it wasn't too long before we were making our way up the trail. We had to get things together, though. Didn't take long before we were up into the mountains, and mountains they are too. Extremely rugged, way more rugged than we ever thought possible. For those of you who are used to the Sierras, let me tell you what, the Sierras haven't got anything on the Rockies. That's not going to win me any friends, but it's the truth, period. Oh yeah, did I mention there were cattle there? They were everywhere, and so was their manure. We even had to sleep in it more than once. Leslie told me we were at the height of the wildflower season. Sure looks like it, doesn't it? Wait till you see some of my other pictures. That's right, those are clouds up there. It rained on us every day, and Colorado rain is cold. We made camp at about, 3 o'clock. Depends on who you were. Me and Leslie made camp at 3 o'clock anyway. Everybody else was late. As campsites go, this one was a pretty good one, except for all the cow poo. We got a lot of good mountain views and even managed to get in a little alpine glow towards dark. Some of us even managed a little nap before bedtime. Up at about 7:30, we did the whole morning thing, and pretty soon we were packing up to hit the trail. Me, Stacy, and Leslie started out on our ascent of Oh Be Joyful Pass itself. It was a very pretty day, at least at the beginning. With half of our group bringing up the rear, me, Stacy, and Leslie found time to goof around on top of the pass and look at things. Heck, me and Stacy even ended up climbing Mount Hancock, about 12,000 foot. That's where she's getting the snow. Mount Hancock turned out to not be a very technical climb. Here's the views from up there. Very impressive. You see that big thunderstorm? Wow. That caught us later on in the day. There was even a geocache up there. Me and Stacy signed it and left it for the others. Top of Mount Hancock, we could just see the others making their way up to the top of the pass, so we headed on down. It was a lot easier coming up, I'll tell you that. That's Attila, Mike, and Theron. Theron was getting a little sick with altitude about this time, but he persevered. Around 2 o'clock, it started to rain, and it rained hard and it rained cold for quite a while. Ugh. Didn't seem to bug this deer, though. Aspens, lots of aspens, and everybody seemed to think they had to carve something in them. There was thousands of them covered with carvings. Take a look at how this one looks. That's an eye, isn't it? Kind of creepy, especially at dusk. "18 miles from where we started, we finally ended up at a place called Horse Park Ranch. Now that mileage is in debate. And guess what? There were horses there. And mules. And more mules. And even more mules. But they were good. So who went with us? There's Theron. And Stacy. Leslie. And Attila. Of course myself, and finally, all the way from Tampa, Florida, there's Mike. With our acclimation hike finally over, it was time for us to tackle the Maroon Bells. Or maybe it was time for the Maroon Bells to tackle us.